I was that day. I happened to be sitting at the kitchen table, and I looked outside the window, and the snow was starting to come down terrible, And I had a tablet right in front of me, and I had the pencil there, and I didn't even think about writing about it or anything. But I looked and I seen that. I said, "Jesus!" I says, "I'm going to write a story about this." And that snow started to build up like and everything, and the weather started getting bad and everything. So it was March the 13th, 1993. So I took the pencil and I started writing it down. It says, if I can remember it all now, I don't know. It's so many years.
Go ahead.
It was March the 13th when the blizzard arrived. People was warned to stay inside. It started snowing and the wind was a-blowing and it got real nasty outside. The snow started to build up, the stores were all closed. Airports, turnpikes, and all other roads. People were stranded, had no place to go, and everyone wondered how they would get home. People went to the shelters to stay overnight. Others slept at airports, they were stranded for a few nights. Few diners were open, you couldn't buy no gas. Snow plows were out plowing for the rest of the night. The snow was a-drifting, the plows couldn't keep up. Everyone was hoping the blizzard would soon let up. Then the snow subsided and they cleared the roads, and people were digging their cars out of the snow. And it wasn't very long, and it was plain to see that the blizzard of '93 was now only history.
Your
In the
brother?
service.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really? Wow.
over in Germany there and everything. He come over, he took a picture of my brother.
Yeah.
He went across the street. He said, "I'll be right back in about 10 minutes."
Yeah.
He went back over his house. He came back over, and he put down, he showed me a picture. My brother was like this. Hey. He
Yep,
was blinking his eyes. He opened his mouth.
Yeah.
The guy's dead 45 years ago. Oh, let me see. Wait, just hang on a second. Let me see. I wanted to get a different part here. Okay, I'll just start at the beginning of it. I asked my girlfriend if I can give her a kiss. She said, "Sure, that'd be okay. But the only thing you have to do it from 6 feet away. And if you got anything else on your mind, that'll also be okay. But then again, you have to do it from 6 feet away." I says, "If I gotta stand 6 feet away, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll call you. I'll leave a message on your phone. Don't you call me. I'll call you." This is Dave Leshinsky from Einen, written by George Misko. My car, it wasn't feeling good. I took it to the garage. I gave it to him, and gave mechanic, and I told him to check it out. He lifted up the hood, and he heard that awful sound. That engine was knocking like it was ready to fall apart. So he took that engine all apart, and then he put it back. He said there's nothing wrong with it, but still it had that clank. So he took the engine all apart, and then he put it back. He said there's nothing wrong with it, but still it had that clank. So he took a bottle of aspirins, poured it down my oil pan, and pretty soon the mist was gone, but still I had a mist. So he checked out my carburetor, poured in a bottle of Geritol, a couple shots of bourbon, and soon the mist was gone. And then he made out my bill and he handed it to me. I said, "Dave, there must be something wrong with this bill. Can't be for me. A bottle of aspirins, $225, $180 for the Geritol. That comes out to $405. Now my car is feeling better. It's running just fine. Now I'm the one that's really sick. It just cost me $405. Dave the mechanic." Okay. I know a guy, his name is Sean. He's about the best fisherman all around. He lives over in Creekside, PA, and when he could, he'd go fishing night and day. Now his sidekick Karen, she's not too bad. She just got a striper, 28 inches and a half. That was their biggest, but I'm sure it won't be our last. Well, they went fishing the very next day. They went to Lake Arthur. There was a secret place. They got there just as it was getting dark, and Shawnee started casting his plug about. When he hollered, "Oh, my God," he says, "I think I got a slammer on." Well, 10 minutes later, they had the fish in a boat, and the grin on his face was about the size of his boat. Well, 2 hours later, they had 4 more stripers in the boat, and Karen said, "That's enough. Come on, let's go home." When they got home, they told all their friends that the fish was a lot bigger than there was. Now, if you don't believe me, you ask Karen. One will lie, and the other will swear to it. So the moral of the story is keep your hook sharp and your bait in the water, for this is nothing more than a fisherman's bullshit story by George Misko.
Mother washed the clothes before you had electricity.
Give him the washboard right around the corner.
In the tub?
Well, I don't know. I can't recall all that stuff. You
It's
know,
coming
it's...
up.
Do you have a washboard?
Right there, Bill.
Yeah, it would have washboard. They had a wash. Oh, definitely a washboard. Yeah.
You know the guy.
Did you have a ringer washer after you got electricity?
No, I don't think we did. No.
Take
No,
a
after,
piece of cloth.
after we got electricity, when we moved out to Edwards Court.
Okay.
George.
Washboard.
Yeah, right.
It's still here, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And lots of the people, they take one of them and take it down to the creek.
Yeah.
And they take their clothes down with them and they shove it in the creek to get the clothes washed wet. Then they put it on there and they rub it on there and they rinse it out, they dry it out and wring it out by hand. And then they take it home and they put it on a clothesline.
Wow.
Nobody don't use a clothesline.
Where was that store at now? You come down where?
That they come down Church Street.
Okay.
Okay. And between Church Street and Third Street.
Okay.
Between 2nd and 3rd Street.
Between 2nd and
on the
3rd.
left-hand side of the road, in the middle of the block.
On the left side, okay.
On the left-hand side of the road. That used to be Mishler's.
That was before you get to the cemetery, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
way before
Okay.
cemetery.
All right. Yeah.
In other words, from the main street, let's see, you come down one block, the next block would be 2nd Street, 1st Street, then 2nd Street, and then 3rd Street. Okay, he's right in between 2nd and 3rd Street on the left-hand side.
On the left side, and
On
it
the
was-
left side, right in the middle of the 2nd and 3rd.
Michelin's store. It was a grocery store.
It used to be a grocery store, yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Bessie Metalitis.
What year did she die, do you think? What year did she die?
I don't know. It's I'm not sure.